All right, so thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on the show. Austin Okonakwan has joined us, but before I go to him, let me just talk very quickly around State FA Cup. No, FA Cup. The FA Cup, it's the FA, not the State FA, the FA. Semi-final fixtures this weekend, Arsenal against Reading. We have huge Nigerian interest in Reading. That's Yakubu Ayegbeni, who says he's always scored against Arsenal. And we have Hope Akpan. And we are hoping that these guys, well, for our sake, play well to win. But Arsenal fans, like Saheed, will pray that even if they play well, they should be beaten soundly. And then Liverpool against Aston Villa. These are semi-final fixtures this weekend in the English FA Cup. Right, let's talk about big games in Europe this weekend. A lot of big games for us to talk about. And the fixtures are very, very mouth-watering. Said, I'm going to come to you now, but let me just run through the fixtures very quickly. Chelsea against Manchester United, massive. First against third on the log.
Yes,
that's a big one. Italy, Juventus against Lazio. There used to be a Milan derby.
Yeah,
but it's still a Milan derby, but it's just a derby. That's all.
It's just there now.
It used to be the title decider in those days.
Yes, it
but
used
those
to
two
be.
teams now are either 9th and 10th or 11th and 12th on the log, 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
Spain, Barcelona against Valencia, massive encounter.
Yeah.
That promises to be as well this weekend. So, Said, very quickly, let me get your feel. Run through for us this preview.
Yeah,
Big
in
games
England.
Europe.
Yeah, starting from England, Chelsea versus Manchester United promises to be a beautiful encounter. Not forgetting the fact that it's a case against master and apprentice Mourinho worked under Louis van Gaal back then in Barcelona, where he won two league titles with Barcelona. Now coming to this game in particular, it is very, very important for both teams. Should Chelsea win this game, they'll be 10 points clear ahead of Arsenal, who won't be playing over the weekend due to their FA Cup engagements. And should Manchester United also win this game, they could leapfrog Arsenal at the second position there. So it is very, very important for both teams. Now it is a case of Mata going back to Stamford Bridge for the very first time since he left Chelsea. And now Van Persie should be back for Manchester United. So we had Louis van Gaal told us. And now for Chelsea, there is no Diego Costa, and Remy might likely miss this encounter. So it's a topsy-turvy for both sides. It's very, very close to call. Yeah, but it looks more like a draw to me than a win for either of the sides. They're talking about Chelsea and Manchester United.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about Barcelona and Valencia. The interest there is Barcelona. They slipped off last week. They had they had a 2-2 draw against Sevilla when they were 2 goals up. Now Gerard Piqué said it learned from that. That was why they were able to defeat PSG. And now come Valencia. They know they have to win Valencia, because should they draw point again and Real Madrid defeat Malaga, they might just as well kiss the La Liga title bye-bye for the season. So they have to do everything it takes to beat Valencia. And on the other hand, Valencia, they want to qualify for Europe. They're on 65 points. Atletico Madrid on 66 points. So which is what will make the match very, very interesting, because Valencia now, they know they have to qualify for Europe. Now talking about Inter Milan and AC Milan. Just like rightly said, there's nothing much to talk about there. In those days when you talk about the San Siro, the Milan derby, but now both teams are just on 7th, 8th positions. Exactly. What they're just hoping for now is just to perhaps qualify for the Europa League.
Of the table mediocres.
They're talking about Juventus and Lazio. Sainz delivered. Juventus, they are Serie A champions. What Lazio will be looking at now is perhaps finishing second ahead of Roma. They went ahead of Roma last week, and now they want to consolidate on that, which it might be possible for them, considering the fact that Juventus lost to Parma last week.
Okay. That's a quick preview of some of the big games in Europe this weekend. Sahi, thank you so much for that. But let's come now to Austin Okonakwan. Austin, okay, we'll leave that for next time. We're talking about Aqua United not playing at one stadium that looks like a this thing. They should be playing at the Nest of Champions.
We have to pass that.
The Rio Township Stadium. Anyway, let's come back about that because our time is gone. Let's quickly talk about tennis. The African Tennis Championships. Today we had a press briefing, but the emphasis is grassroots.
That's it.
throwing up young talents.
It even goes beyond that. It's what we've been preaching, that give attention to other sports and let it not just be about football. So over 100 junior tennis players. We play at the 9th Junior Tennis Championship. It will serve up on the 20th to the 25th in Lagos. Another opportunity to see young talents. Another opportunity for us to discover, not just discover, develop. Let us be able to say, this is the future of tennis in this country, because when they come and they play and they understand what it is to be competitive, it gets better for the sport, not just the sport, for the country. I can bet how many times we hear about the Tennis Federation, but there's a federation. Let them start working. And this 9th Junior Tennis Championship will be a good avenue for us to not just watch them, we'll be able to assess them, you know, as I said before, discover talent and then go further to develop them. For me, it's a win-win for the country when we talk about other sports, particularly for sports as is that a lot of people engage in for leisure. We talk about tennis, talk about chess, talk about Scrabble. There are games that people play almost every day, but how come we're not doing so well with it? So it's a good one for us.
All right, let's move very quickly and talk cricket now, Austin. Let's talk about the cricket over in Abuja. We celebrate if the National Sports Commission is putting together a football facility. We don't do so much when facilities for cricket or squash or for other things. So talk to us about that. Looks like it's something big that will be happening in Abuja with the clearing of a large expanse of land.
And maybe if some people don't know, this is not so far away from the Abuja National Stadium.
Yes.
Tunde Koiki was on Business Morning this morning, and we're trying to understand how much we've lost as a country in building facilities that we do not use. Cricket is one game that has a very busy schedule because they play a lot of tours. They play T20 tournaments. They play a lot of one-day internationals and the rest. Look at the Nest of Champions, for instance. So much money has been put into it, but but for this last game against Uganda, after that Nations Cup qualifying game with South Africa, nothing was done with it. So the Nigeria Cricket Federation, there's a groundbreaking ceremony today in Abuja to build 2 playing pitches for us. And they have a target. The target is that they want to make it world class so that it can bid to host the 2016 Cricket World Cup. Impossible is nothing, but they have started. If they build a standard pitch and they start playing African tours on it, and our players have an opportunity to go there, play more cricket, we're already winning with cricket.
Okay, all right, so that's all that Austin Akwan has come to do on the show tonight, to tell us how we can win with cricket. And we're seeing those pictures on the screen. Bare land we see now, but I see differently. I'm seeing the oval already. And I'm sure that in the next couple of months, when it is ready, we will be ready to play cricket at the highest level. Austin?
But before you send me away,
we have to go now because...
Athletics, let's talk athletics briefly. Because Mauritius, remember, I didn't let the junior table tennis players go to Mauritius.
Austin,
athletics, they are going to Mauritius now.
Let
it be known that I've said it.
Austin, hold on.
It's not fair. They are getting ready.
Austin, hold on. We are going on a break
now. So I'll send you a mail. I will forward it to the NSC. We are getting ready for Mauritius.
Let's go on this break now. When we return from this break, the rest of the show will be chess, and more chess on Sports Tonight.